Buckle up, Buttercup, because this isn't a joke. This is not a parody. This is actually happening. Microsoft is adding AI functionality to Notepad. Notepad.exe, the simple text editor. Microsoft assumes that you are just plain too stupid to write your own plain text. So they've added AI functionality to rewrite the plain text you were writing in Notepad. And they're also doing it to Paint too. They're adding AI into Paint. Yeah, the most simple little bitmap graphics editor in Windows that ships with every version of Windows for the last 3,000 years now has AI generative fill functionality. What the fart? What the heck is going on? I feel like this is well beyond jumping the AI shark and into twisted alternate reality that just makes no sense. This is from the Windows Insider blog over at blogs.windows.com. New AI experiences for Paint and Notepad begin rolling out to Windows users. Oh my word. Hello, Windows Insiders, they say. Today we are beginning to roll out updates to Paint and Notepad to Windows Insiders in the Canary and Dev channels on Windows 11. Okay. So Paint. Generative fill. They're adding generative fill to Paint. Look, this is insane. They're literally making Paint into a weird AI image creator tool set thing. And while I agree, the technology behind this is super duper nifty. I am impressed that they do this. It is impressive. The generative AI creation thing is very, very neat. Doesn't this run against the very core idea of what Paint is supposed to even be? It's a simple text. It's a simple image editor, for heaven's sake. I'll read from the blog here. In this update, we are introducing Generative Fill, a powerful new creation tool designed to help you make your artistic process more fun and intuitive. It's not an artistic you're literally just clicking a button and it creates something for you. That's not artistic. That's just, I digress. With Generative Fill, you can make edits and additions with just a few words while maintaining the existing art style of your project. Whether you're a seasoned artist looking to add intricate details or a hobbyist experimenting with new ideas, Generative Fill helps you fine-tune your digital art with just enough AI to assist you in realizing your creative vision while remaining in full control of the output. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, Paint, the simple little Paint, where we were playing around with bucket fill and drawing lines, and that's it. That's what we had, is now an AI image generation tool. Honestly, that's messed up. It's messed up. Generative Fill will initially be available on Snapdragon-powered Copilot Plus PCs. To use Generative Fill, you will need to sign in with your Microsoft account. This feature is only available for Windows Insiders and supported markets, where availability may vary based on regional criteria. In order to now use Paint, you have to have specific AI-enabled hardware, and you have to be internet connected, and you have to sign in with a Microsoft account to use Paint. MS Paint. Ridiculous. But oh my gosh, it's got generative AI functionality, so that's neat. Oh my heavens. All right, let's move on down here to Notepad, because this to me is the real story out of today, because this is utterly asinine. Quote, "With this update, we are introducing the ability to rewrite content in Notepad with the help of generative AI. You can rephrase sentences, adjust the tone, and modify the length of your content based on your preferences to refine your text." And yeah, you select some text and you can change it and change the tone and have it rewrite it all for you. To get started, to select the text you want to rewrite, then right-click and choose Rewrite option. Select Rewrite from the menu bar or use the Control-I keyboard shortcut. Control-I? Or do they mean Control L? Is that Control L or Control I? I can't tell. I can't tell if it's supposed to be a lowercase L or an uppercase I. I don't know. But keyboard shortcut, Notepad will generate 3 variations of the rewritten text for you to choose from. Select one, or if you want to further refine it, you can blah, 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 blah. Make it longer, make it shorter. Make specific goals. Rewrite in Notepad is available in preview to all users of Windows 11 in a number of different regions. To use Rewrite, you need to sign in with your Microsoft account. So you've got to use your Microsoft account. Microsoft 365 Personal and Family and Copilot Pro subscribers in Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, and Thailand will also be able to use AI credits to use Rewrite in Notepad. What the fart? You can learn more about Rewrite in Notepad here. We have also continued to improve Notepad launch performance. With this update, most users will see app launch times improve by more than 35%, with some users seeing improvements of 55% or more. Improved launch times in Notepad is the most ridiculous thing ever. If you have been using Windows since 1983, you know that Notepad is instant. You click it and the darn thing's loaded before you even finish unclicking. That's how fast Notepad.exe is supposed to load. If they've added so much crap to Notepad that they have to brag that they got it to launch 33% faster, yeah, we've gone way over jumping the shark, right? This is not bloated software. This is ridiculously morbidly obese software. This is insane. Notepad and Paint should load instantly. If they're not loading instantly, on the massive computing power we have nowadays, Microsoft has no idea how to develop decent software anymore. They just don't know. Because, let's be honest. There was a point in time where there was some halfway decent software coming out of Microsoft, right? Windows 2000 and Windows 98 Second Edition, including Notepad.exe and MS Paint. Simple applications that did one thing and did it well. It was the Unix design philosophy, and it was being handled by Microsoft. You do one thing, you do it well. You keep it simple, stupid. It was very straightforward. The software loaded quickly. It didn't crash a lot. It wasn't weird. It didn't rely on an internet connection. You didn't have to sign in to an online service that you stay 24/7 connected to just to be able to use your text editor. None of that was a thing. And yet now here we are with Microsoft making generative AI in Notepad. It's over. It is insane that this is happening. It's insane that Microsoft and Apple and Google have all gone all in on implementing AI functionality and just shoving it into every nook and cranny of simple utilities in the operating systems. That's insane. And what's really crazy to me, and mark my words on this, we're going to see more in the open source and free software world follow suit. Right, we're already seeing certain things like Nextcloud, which really was a open source Dropbox competitor. But Nextcloud now has AI assistance and artificial intelligence things going along with it. We're going to see increasing amounts of AI built in to various desktop environments and Linux distributions very, very quickly. If you go to, let's say, Canonical's website, or you look at Red Hat, they're putting a heavy emphasis on AI servers and AI in the cloud, and that is going to spill over into the desktop very quickly. The last Red Hat Summit, where they do their big yearly event where Red Hat, the biggest Linux company on earth, talks about all the great things they had. They had like 7 press releases or something like that. Almost every single one of them, I think 6 out of 7, give or take, roughly, were about AI. Seriously, not Linux. Like, they'd mention Linux down in the bottom because it'd be like, oh, by the way, did you know about Red Hat? They are innovators in Linux. They have a lot of Linux stuff. But the press releases, all the products they were pushing, the things they were encouraging people to buy from them were all about AI and AI in the cloud. That was Red Hat's vision for the future. And that's going to spill over into the desktop space because, Red Hat, essentially funds and makes possible Fedora Linux, right? It's the community arm of Red Hat Enterprise, but Fedora is it's funded by Red Hat. I mean, the people who run Fedora work for Red Hat, and Red Hat funds it. So we're going to see Fedora go the AI route too. Undeniably. I mean, that's the business future for Red Hat. That's the business future for these large Linux companies. So we're going to start seeing text editors in Linux soon that's going to be having AI built-in functionality and requirements that you be connected to the internet. Guaranteed. Because we were seeing it out of Microsoft, we're seeing it out of Apple, we're seeing it out of everything Google is cranking out with Android and Chrome OS. We're going to see it more and more on the Linux side as well. I guarantee it. Watch. Refer back to this little statement I'm making right here. Over the next year when it starts to happen, and all the people who are like, Lunduke's wrong. There's no way Canonical and Red Hat and everyone else would push AI on a Linux desktop. He's a crazy conspiracy. Mark my words. That's going to happen. I'm almost never wrong about this stuff, about future of Linux stuff. If I'm ever wrong on what's going to happen with the future of Linux, it's always a matter of how much time it took to get there and never the thing that happens, right? Like it's like, oh, I think that's going to happen next year. Well, it happened next month, or it happened 2 years from now. I get off on the timeline sometimes on the Linux predictions, but on the actual things that happen, got a pretty good track record, and I'm guaranteeing you that's going to happen. Also, I can't think of a single reason, I'm just going to put this out there, of why Microsoft would add AI into Notepad.exe other than they hate you. I can't think of a reason, because they are forcing you to never be offline. They are forcing you to have slower load times, to not focus on your own writing, but let Microsoft's AI, Azure Cloud, whatever, blah, spit out your writing for you to eventually make you stupider. So I can't think of a reason Microsoft would add this other than they just plain don't like you as a person. So, there you go. Hooray, Microsoft Notepad.exe is now AI enabled. Oh my gosh. I would have written this as a parody article or show about a year ago. That's how asinine this is, right? I did a parody article about Microsoft resurrecting Clippy to add in AI functionality into gosh, I might have done Notepad actually, now that I think about it. I did a couple of things around like MS Word and whatnot, and that all started coming true, and now Notepad as well. Oh my heavens. It's insane. It's insane. The fact that the current reality of the technology market, it closely resembles what we would have written as a parody 1 year ago is nuts. That is friggin' nuts. Thank you to the Lunduke Journal subscribers. Go to lunduke.com, podcast RSS links, various places to watch the shows, where you can read the articles, how you can support the Lunduke Journal. It's all there. Past archives. There's so much stuff. There's so much there. Go check it out at lunduke.com. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerds and nerdettes, seriously, Notepad across the internet, inner tubes, whatever. Oh my gosh, I have to end the show now. Good night.